Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 90 Day Fiancé revealed some shocking Sarper lore that I totally don't remember freaking out about before. Did we already know this? Because I don't remember it at all. It's been a particularly wild 90 Day Fiancé season for Shekinah Garner and Sarper Govan, as the longtime couple is closer than ever to tying the knot, at least seemingly. Unfortunately, it feels like their relationship is becoming increasingly more chaotic as the wedding date approaches, with prenup discussions escalating into demands about weight clauses and other bonkers issues. All of that was confusing to me until that detail dropped about Sarper's past that had my brain scrambling to recall if earlier episodes touched on it or not. I remembering hearing about Sarper's first heartbreak taking place in his youth, and how it led to him allegedly sleeping with thousands of women, which perhaps had me thinking he spent his entire adulthood as a sexed-up single. But as he casually mentioned in the latest episode, Sarper was actually married at one point in his early 30s, and my mind was blown. 90 Day Fiancé showed Shekinah making travel preparations for their wedding while noting that Sarper was nowhere to be found and was also not answering his phone. She used an AirTag on his keys to find he was at a nearby coffee shop, and producers sent cameras out to find him and ask why he wasn't present with everyone else getting ready to leave for the wedding. Sarper appeared flustered and essentially confessed that he had cold feet, fearing that he was making a mistake and getting married again. He then reflected on how his marriage from 15 years ago turned out to be a complete disaster, and how it led to him isolating his family to try and prevent drama with his ex-wife. All while I stared ahead, totally agog. As someone who has watched Shekinah and Sarper since he revealed the diary that proved he slept with 2,500 women, I do not remember ever hearing him talk about being married previously. I'm pretty sure I would have clocked such a noteworthy update, given his Lothario persona. At the same time, he dropped that tidbit so casually to the cameras, and without 90 Day Fiancé making a bigger point of setting it up as a big reveal. Which makes me think I must have missed an episode or tell-all conversation along the way where that was mentioned. In any case, I feel like that past experience totally explained his recent erratic behavior and justified him feeling less assured than ever about marrying Shekinah. Now that I know Sarper was previously in a bad marriage, it makes some of the more bizarre behaviors he exhibits in his relationship with Shekinah make sense. He likes the control of things like designing her nose job, maybe because he felt he had zero control in his previous serious relationship. Sarper is acting out because he's afraid of another failed marriage, and considering the growing number of 90-day couples who split after saying their vows, I don't blame him. That said, for all the weirdness I've seen from him and Shekinah over the years, I'm not sure I've seen a couple that is as in love as the two of them. It may not be the most conventional relationship, but they do seem to be two people uniquely suited for each other. As for whether or not these two are still together, they are still actively sharing photos together on social media. I would take that as a positive sign they're still together, though I haven't seen any concrete evidence in searching the internet that they are officially married. Perhaps we'll find out why by the time this season is over. New episodes of 90 Day Fiancé air on TLC on Sundays at 8:00 p.m. ET. There's so much drama happening with every couple right now, so be sure to get current and catch up on what's happening and get ready for the eventual buckle up because I just went down a rabbit hole watching 90 Day Fiancé. And let me tell you, there's some seriously wild Sarper lore that I swear I did not freak out about when I first saw it. Or maybe I did, and my brain just filed it under things to pretend don't exist. Either way, here's the tea, the drama, and the completely bonkers storylines that I only just fully appreciated now, like a fine wine of reality TV chaos. First, let's set the stage. If you don't know Sarper, he's one of the most enigmatic, mysterious, and borderline mythic figures in the 90-Day Fiancé universe. You know those cast members who just vibe at a whole other frequency. That's Sarper. He's Turkish, charming, with this almost too-good-to-be-true persona. But the deeper you dig, the more layers of complexity emerge. He's like an onion. If onions also happened to have a secret vault full of unresolved emotional baggage, dramatic plot twists, and baffling decisions. Now, the shocking Sarper lore I'm talking about isn't just your usual, he left without saying goodbye, or he ignored her texts for 3 days. No, this is the kind of stuff that would make even the most seasoned reality TV watcher gasp, rewind, and maybe take a long break from the internet. The mysterious origins, not just a guy from Turkey. Most people know Sarper came from Turkey, met his American partner on the show, and then the classic cultural clash and romance ensued. But here's what I did not realize until recently. Sarper's background story is far more convoluted than the show ever explicitly laid out. Apparently, before even appearing on the show, Sarper was involved in a little-known Turkish indie film scene. Yes, really. There are rumors that he was somewhat of a local cult actor, dabbling in experimental cinema where his roles were, let's just say, very avant-garde. Imagine the quiet, brooding guy you see on 90-Day Fiancé, suddenly reciting cryptic poetry in black and white art house films. I had no clue. This side of Sarper's life adds a whole new layer of why is he so mysterious all the time. Because if you're used to playing intense, moody characters in underground films, you probably bring a little of that aura into your reality TV persona. Plus, it explains the occasional cryptic remarks he makes, which in hindsight are less random and more poetic. The Instagram saga nobody told you about. Another tidbit I missed out on was the epic Instagram drama that unfolded during filming. You know how every 90-Day Fiancé star ends up in a social media roller coaster. Sarper's was next level. There was a brief, intense period where he posted cryptic quotes in Turkish, then English, then disappeared for weeks. Fans were going nuts trying to decode if he was breaking up with his partner or just being cryptic for fun. Turns out this was his way of expressing frustration with the show's editing, or maybe with his own feelings. It's like watching someone simultaneously vent and perform an emotional monologue, but through social media. Honestly, it's kind of poetic, but it also made the entire fan base question if we even knew Sarper at all. The secret love letters. This one blew my mind. There's a part of the fandom that uncovered some old posts and interviews where Sarper hinted at writing secret love letters. Yes, actual handwritten notes to his partner before they even officially met. I always thought they met online and jumped straight into the visa drama, but apparently there was a much longer courtship behind the scenes. The letters were described as intense and heartfelt, filled with hopes, doubts, and dreams about a life together. This completely changes the narrative from two strangers thrown together by fate to two people weaving a secret, slow-burning romance beneath the surface. It's like the hidden prequel to the show's storyline. That one conversation you forgot happened. Do you remember the episode where Sarper has that intense talk with his partner about commitment? Yeah, the one where he kind of hesitates, and then says something like, "I'm not sure if I'm ready for this level of seriousness." I totally brushed it off the first time as just standard reality TV relationship drama. But now, knowing all the other background, his artistic soul, the social media storms, the secret letters, that conversation feels like a key moment. It's the crossroads where Sarper's internal conflicts finally peek through. Like beneath the charming exterior, he's wrestling with his own doubts and fears about uprooting his life. The Turkish family drama no one talks about. Another piece of lore that completely slipped under my radar is the family dynamic on Sarper's side. Turkish families are famously tight-knit and deeply involved in their children's lives, especially when it comes to relationships. Sarper's family wasn't just some vague mention, they actually played a huge off-camera role.